welcome back to another Sleep Granted ASMR video. We've recently hit 1,000 subscribers and we can't thank you guys enough. All of your support has been incredible, from the likes and the comments, the views, and of course, subscriptions, so thank you very much. Today we hope you share Haley and I's interests in Pokemon. Haley has been playing Pokemon Go religiously for 4 years, and we both have just loved the idea of Pokemon in every sort of media for a long time, so we wanted to share that with you with a few items that we have around the house. The first one is this Pikachu bag. I don't know if it's necessarily a pencil case or a makeup case, but it's just sort of a on-the-go sort of bag, and you can make nice little sounds with it. Basically give Pikachu a face massage. I gotta be careful with where my hands are placed. I don't want to be jabbing into the eyes, smothering them. You do his ears. And the best part about this Pikachu is that we match. And next thing, we're gonna move on to some figurines. Now, a couple of these pop figures have shown up in previous videos, but we have a Charmander, and he has a nice big dome head, which is perfect for tapping, making little sounds with my nails, or even just like Pikachu, we can give him a face massage as well. I feel like by the end of this video, I've just given every Pokemon a face massage. That'll just be the entire video. And that's enough of Charmander. We're going to move on to Squirtle. Obviously the second best starter. And I want to know what everyone's favorite Pokemon is. I'd also be interested in finding out what your favorite media is. Do you prefer the mangas, or the TV show, or the games? Please let us know any of that. I personally prefer the games, the Game Boy games. One in particular I played a lot all throughout my childhood. And my favorite Pokemon is Cyndaquil from the second generation, I believe. So, let us know down in the comments what your favorites are. Wait, oh, I haven't given Squirtle a face massage yet. There we go. And, of course, we just had Charmander, and we just had Squirtle. So, obviously, the third one that we have to show you is Cubone. Cubone is nice because he has a very large head for face massages and tapping and making sounds. But Cubone kind of reminds me of every girlfriend in the world because they always look so angry but so cute. And I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that can relate with that. I found this figurine, his head swivels very easily, like he's just always saying no which again kind of goes into the girlfriend theory. That joke plays off a lot better when Haley's not in the room. Alright, Cubone, do you want to join your friends? Well, too bad. We gotta move on. So now we're going to get into my favorite media of Pokemon, and that's the games. And we'll start off with Sapphire. And honestly, Sapphire kind of gets into the generation that I never really grew up with. I didn't start playing until late elementary school, and I don't know, there's a huge gap in my knowledge when it comes to certain generations and like who the starters were or who the legendaries were. So I'm going to take a wild crack at it, and if I'm wrong, please tell me, and if I'm right, please tell me. But I think Sapphire is when Chikorita and Totodile. No, that's incorrect, because that's with Cyndaquil, so that's in the second generation. So Sapphire, I actually don't even think I have a guess for who's in Sapphire. I think maybe that's when Chimchar joins in, but again, I could be totally wrong. I really don't know all of the generations of starter Pokemon, so I'm sure you'll all let me know. Next one we have is Emerald, and that has the same generation as Sapphire. So the same starters and like that, and this legendary on the cover of the Emerald version was Rayquaza, I believe I'm right with that. So again, if I'm wrong, I'm sure you'll all let me know. I'll make sure this video isn't called I'm the biggest Pokemon fan ever, or else I'm gonna look absolutely crazy 10 minutes in. Next up we have the Crystal version for the Game Boy Color. I'm not even gonna take a crack at what generation this is or who the starters were or anything like that, but I do recognize the Pokemon on the front. Now, I've heard so many people pronounce his name so many different ways. I've always known it as Suicine, but I've heard Suicine, I've heard Suizane. Honestly, I've actually heard Suizane. Don't think that's correct, but I'd actually love to know exactly how it is pronounced, because most Pokemon you can kind of figure out just from how they're spelled, how they're supposed to be pronounced. But this one's actually kind of an odd one. We're actually going to go back to the very first 150 Pokemon with Leaf Green. Now this is obviously the remastered version. The original was the blue and the red for the Game Boy Colors. So when they came out on the Game Boy Advance, they made Leaf Green, but it is still all the same 150 Pokemon. course, the Pokemon featured with this game was Venusaur. Maybe that's a lot of people's favorites, but my favorite was always Fire Red. This was the game that I got in elementary school that I played over and over and over and over. I would love to just make a file and just spend an afternoon getting my Pokemon as far as I could. And then one day I would just come back to it and I would delete that file. I would just start all over again. Honestly, I did Charmander, I did Squirtle, I did Bulbasaur. I really got the most out of this game. So this was always my favorite. And just in case it's anyone else's favorite, I thought I'd get a little nostalgia and actually put it into the red Game Boy. That works so well with it. And we'll end by just showing off that Game Boy. Because even though it's not Pokemon related, it's what allows us to play all those great Pokemon games. I'll give you a little tip about the SP for me. It's the left and right triggers on it. Were always so satisfying to press. And they make such a nice noise. And the final thing we have for the video game section is the case of Pokemon X. Just thought we'd have some nice tapping on the case. As well as this is the Pokemon that introduced Mega Evolution, so I think a lot of people would count this as their favorite game. So it's just nice to feature it. Now, before I mentioned that there is Pokemon Manga, and I actually have some here to show off. This isn't a flipped video. This is actually just a Japanese style manga that has you read from the back to the front. And if you look at the cover fascinates me because on the back it says all of your favorite Pokemon game characters jump out of the screen and into the pages of this action-packed manga, which means then that would probably be red there. And of course you have the classic Pikachu, and you have Bulbasaur as just one of the typical starters, but then you have Poliwhirl there, and that just seems so random to me. So it'd be interesting to read this one and see what the story entails and how this crew came to be. If any of you have actually checked this book out, let me know if it's good, if I should actually read this one. I haven't read this yet. Definitely still has that new book smell though. And next we'll actually have Volume 2. Again, if Volume 1 was good, let me know if I should move on to Volume 2. And now we have an upgraded version. We've got Ivysaur instead of Bulbasaur, and we have Poliwrath instead of Poliwhirl. But of course, classic Pikachu. We never evolved Pikachu. he comes into play into this story. The last thing I have to show off for you here is Pokedex. When I first got this, I was actually mistaken because I thought it was every single Pokemon up to date, but and it was actually just the Pokedex for Pokemon X and Pokemon Y. This is super sad because it means no Cyndaquil, and that's devastating, but it still has plenty of unique and cool Pokemon, like your Abra, and then Kadabra and Alakazam from the classics. They date back all the way back to the first original 150. And then you have brand new ones like Doublade and Age of Shield, who I've actually never even heard of. I haven't really kept up with Pokemon. Don't really know all of the new ones, but I wonder if there's someone out there who can recite every name of every Pokemon in the entire Pokédex. And that is all of the Pokemon stuff that I have to show for you today. Thank you again for joining in. I hope this video was relaxing. I hope you got to see your favorite Pokemon today. And I hope sleep was granted. Thank you again.